Merry meet Fiber Magicians. This is Opal Luna back for another Fiber Magic moment, and today we're going to be talking about the positive potato, the positively witchy potato. I've made friends with this pattern. I see positive fruits and vegetables all over the internet, and I decided that it could be used in our Fiber Magic very easily. Okay, it sends a positive message to someone, which is magical all in itself. And we're going to be using primarily the half double crochet stitch to make it. Now you can get this written pattern on my website, fibermagick.com, in the pattern shop. Or you can just crochet along with us today. We'll be making the potato itself. And then if you would like to get the pattern, there's the pattern for the little witch's hat, the instructions for the little baseball cap, so that you can make your potato your own. All right, so half double crochet stitches. If you're not familiar with that, I have a video called The Stitch Guide Part 1 that goes through all the basic stitches and the magic that's involved in them, so you might want to take a look at that first. But the half double crochet in Fiber Magic represents the element of fire. And so this adds a passion, a positively passionate potato. This is a hot potato that you can give to someone for whatever purpose you set in your intention. Okay, so let's get started. You're going to need a crochet hook and scissors, yarn, needle, and some sort of stitch marker. If I use a commercial stitch marker, I use these little safety pins. They're easiest to get in and out, but my go-to is just a small piece of contrast color yarn, because that can slip in and out quite easily, and then you can use it for a couple of rows before you pull it out, and I'll show you that as we go. You need some face color yarn and some potato color yarn, whatever you decide. If you follow Fiber Magick on Instagram, you'll see in my last workshop there was a sweet potato made. And she is a sweetie, that's for sure. You got to check that out. All right, so let's get started. The way we start every crochet project is with a slip stitch, right? And how I make a slip stitch is I loop the yarn around my finger, bring this short piece to the back, and then catch that short piece and pull it, but not all the way through. It's a slip knot when it slips back out. If you need practice on that, again, go to the stitch guide. Then you can play that over and over again till you get that down. And then you insert your hook in the loop and snug it up to fit. This is a size G hook, but the gauge is not really important in this project. You're just going to get a bigger or smaller potato, depending on the yarn and the hook that you use. Okay, the instructions say chain 2 and put 8 half double crochets in the second chain from the hook. So that's 1. Let's move this paper out of the way so that you can see a little bit better. All right, half double crochet, yarn over, insert hook into the second chain, then yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through all 3. And you're going to do that 8 times in that very same space. And what happens when you do that, it makes a little circle. Now you notice I'm not using a magic circle. That's not something I do, even though this is Fiber Magick. Actually, that chain 2 and using the second chain from the hook, that is a magic circle, but it's one that you can control a little bit better. It will get as big or as small as you want it to get. So 2, 4, 6, one more is 8. And we're not going to slip stitch to make it a complete circle. We're going to just continue around, and that's where the stitch marker comes in. See, if you just lay that right there, then you'll know when you come around when you get back to this one, right? So the second row says half double increase around. Okay, so that an increase is when you make 2 stitches in 1 stitch. You've increased it by 1 stitch. And if you do it in every stitch for 8 stitches around, then you're going to have 16 half double crochets when you get back around to your stitch marker, which could be any commercial stitch marker or that little piece of yarn. And I'll show you when we get around here why I like the little piece of yarn. It's very handy. I'm going to take some more yarn out here so I know. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now let's see if we've got 16 stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We do. And this is right here where we started, right? 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Oh no. Now we have 16. Yes, and we were right here where we started. And then you can just go like this. Boom. And now you've marked the second row. Now what do we do for the third row? Half double crochet, increase around. We should have 24 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you see I'm increasing every other stitch. Put 2 in this one, 1 in this one, 2 in this one. Because as a circle grows, the circumference grows, but it doesn't keep doubling. If you just kept doubling it, you'd get a ruffle, which is fine. That's useful sometimes. But if you don't need a ruffle, if you want something flat, then you have to increase consistently. And since we started with 8 stitches, we want to increase 8 stitches on each row. And we'll do that by increasing every other, and then on the next stitch, next row, we will increase every third. Okay, so we're back here again, right here actually. That's 24 stitches, and we still have some wiggle room here, so we can just put our little stitch marker back over here. See? You hear my cat chattering at the birds outside? So now we make 2 half double crochets and then we increase. We'll increase every third stitch, and that will still add 8 stitches to this round. So when we get around again, we will have 32 stitches. Now this is also a very forgiving pattern. Say you got all the way around and you only had 31 stitches. Would that be the end of the world? No. 33 stitches? Nope. Still not the end of the world. This is a potato, right? Potatoes come in all sizes and shapes. So you want to make them a little different every time. All right, we're coming around again. Sure would be nice if you bought my pattern, but it would also be nice if you like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. It's all Fiber Magick. All of it. All right, here I am back again.
Message.
That's my phone. They can wait. All right, so now we've got the bottom of that potato. So now we just do about 3 rows without increasing. Okay? And I didn't put my stitch marker back in, but I will now. You can just leave this there, right? You know I live dangerously. You know I don't use stitch markers often. You can tell that. Because absolutely everything I make is an original. It's unique. But if you are concerned with doing it, at least doing it the first time, right by the book, then use your stitch marker. All right. Well, I'm going to go around 3 more times, and I'll catch you back here in just a minute. Okay, so I'm coming around for the 3rd time without an increase. And you can see that I didn't even bother to move my stitch marker. I know that I went around, you know, 1, 2, 3 times. And I'm in the vicinity. Now, if you want your potato to be taller, you could make a couple more rounds, and that's fine. But for our purposes, we will just follow the pattern, move our stitch marker up. So now we're going to half double crochet twice and then half double crochet decrease. So let's do a half double crochet and another half double crochet, and then a half double crochet decrease is when we yarn over, insert our hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up, and stop there. Yarn over again, insert our hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up, and stop there. We have 5 loops on our hook now. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those, and we've made 2 stitches into 1. And we're going to do that all the way around. Half double crochet, half double crochet, half double crochet, decrease. Okay. Half double crochet, half double crochet, half double crochet, decrease. This will decrease the circumference of our potato by 8 stitches. We're actually doing what we did at first, opposite. Half double, and then a decrease. Half double, and then a decrease. And by the time you do that 8 times, you'll have the knack of it. There's our stitch marker. So we're going to do one more pattern, half double, and a decrease. There we go. Move our stitch marker up, and now can you guess what we're going to do next? Half double, and then a half double decrease. Take 8 more stitches off that potato. I like the decreasing part because it goes faster and faster around. There we go. Don't worry too much if there's like a little hole or opening there where you decreased. We're going to make divots in our potato, the eyes of the potato, and if there's any little holes that you don't like, you can sew them up then. This is a very forgiving pattern. All right. Half double crochet, half double crochet, decrease, half double crochet, half double crochet, decrease, and there's our stitch marker again. All right, now is a good time to put some stuffing in there so you don't make the hole so teeny tiny that you can't stuff it up. I've got some stuffing right here. You know what this is? This is actually, it comes packaged in at Christmas time as the snow that you put around your Christmas tree at the bottom if you have Santa's village or a train or something. And they're in the discount tables at Michael's for a few dollars, and the same thing in the craft section would be like $12. So look for that. Look for that this year at Yule time. Okay. Give it a good stuffing. All right. Starting to look a little bit like a potato. Kinda. We'll make it better. Okay, now we're going to go around again. We are on row we're on row 12, and we're just going to do 16 stitches around. We should have 16 stitches here, and we're just going to go around one time without decreasing, just to make our potato a little less ball shaped, right? So it's going to have a nice potato-y shape. And that is just one stitch, one half double crochet in each stitch around. And here again, you want your potato a little taller. Go around twice. You really got to take a look at that sweet potato. That was so cute. All right, so we've gone around without decreasing, and now we're going to decrease in every stitch around, so that we're back to just 8 stitches. So make decrease and another decrease, half double decrease. Your potato wants to jump out of your hand. Don't let it. Hang on. Another decrease. All the way around. All right, now we're going to cut off our end, but we're going to leave a long end for sewing because we're going to use the same end for making the eyes on the potato. So I gave myself quite a bit of yarn there, more than you usually would. So to fasten off, just slip stitch into the next available stitch, and then yarn over and bring your yarn all the way through that last loop, pull it tight, and you've got a knot. You can remove your stitch marker now. This is what you've got. Now take a good look at it. Is that stuffed enough? Or do you want to put a little bit more? That's up to you. And I'll show you the best thing to use to stuff the small holes is a nice new pencil eraser, because the pencil eraser grabs the fluff and stuffs it in without going through it like a stick would or your hook would. It's got a little bit of grip on the pencil eraser there. Okay, I think that's good. Give your potato some shape. Now here, this is where we really get this potato looking like a potato. Thread your yarn needle onto the end of that, right? And we're going to close up this big hole by just weaving back and forth through that last row of stitches. All right, and pulling it closed. Then we can tie a knot there. Just push your needle through, get a loop, and then go through your loop, right, and back through the other loop. But don't get it twisted though. Your knot will knot too soon. And then just pull it tight right down on that, and you've got a good knot there. So now, just willy-nilly, go through your potato, right? There you are on the side. Go down like a couple stitches over and through the other side, and then pull it tight. And that makes that little divot. Can you see that there? Just a couple stitches over through the potato and pull it tight. Now you can see how it's shaping up. And you can do as many of these as you like. Come up from the bottom. Now you see this little hole right here? This is where it was an increase that was a little too loose. So I take advantage of what we're doing and I make a divot across it. There, that's gone. It's very textured. You just keep playing with it until it looks like the kind of potato you want. Right there. And that's all there is to it. All right. Our potato is done. Wherever you finish up, just do another one of those knots. And then push your yarn all the way through and cut it off. It's not going to go anywhere. All right. And that is the potato part. Let me get the picture back here. Picture, where are you? Here you are. All right. Now all you have to do to give your potato personality is to make a little face, make a little hat, and make a little message. You can print these up on cardstock and then use a sharp yarn hook to go through the paper and sew it onto. And where you sew it onto, it looks like he's holding it with his little hands. That's it. That's all there is to it. So I hope that you try this positive potato and I see your pictures on Instagram with the hashtag Fiber Magick. Whatever you make, whether it's crocheted, knit, paint, beads, glass, any craftiness, hashtag Fiber Magick. Because Fiber Magick is not just about the fiber arts. It's about anything that you make with your hands. When you make something with your hands, your energy will get into that project, whether you want it to or not. So why not do it intentionally? And that's what makes it Fiber Magick. All right, stay crafty, everybody. See you next time. Bye.